for all of you watching my videos real time as I drop them. Thank you so much for being here. My apologies, I did not get to the role play that I talked about in the comment from the other day. As all of you know, I'm going through some periods in my life right now, or I should say, a period in my life where I have lots of decisions to make. In the next couple of months, as I approach retirement and quitting my job, yeah, that's a big thing for people, isn't it? So, over the next 2 months, I'm super busy. However, I do have, believe it or not, a couple of weeks off coming up, and depending on the outcome of what I decide to do, if anything, remember, whether I sell this place and I move, or if I buy another place and keep this one, I've got so much going on. Regardless, I have some time off where I'm going to really do some soul searching and produce those case studies that I've talked about, that I'm a little bit behind on, as I mentioned. When I originally started talking about the case studies, I really wanted that to be 2025, believe it or not. So thank you to those of you that have reached out. And I know you're looking forward to hearing about other viewers of the channel and how they may be doing. I also want to mention that a few of you have reached out and said that ASMR Reality may want to do a collaboration with me, or he agreed that that might be a good idea, which I think would be awesome. I don't even know how that would work. I think I wrote the comment back to the viewer and I said, you know what, a collaboration would be amazing. I just don't know how to make that happen, so give me some time and I would love to make that happen. I think that ASMR Reality lives in Indiana, I believe. I've seen maybe 10 or 20 of his episodes. And he's also in real estate, so it would be wonderful to pick his brain a little bit, as I am nearing retirement and possibly wanting to buy another place in Ohio, as I mentioned, because right now I'm in Florida. You guys know my story. I'm in a hurricane zone, a flood zone. A lot of the units here at my condo community flooded, and so now I'm like panicking, thinking I should sell. By the way, I told you that Open Door was going to give me a cash price for selling this place, but I should find out this week. It's taking a little bit of time, I'm not sure why, so I will share that with you, and based on that number, I think is going to then influence me on my decision of whatever I end up doing. And even if I do nothing, that's something, believe it or not. And I will get to a point where I can relax then, and I will make that decision based on a lot of variables, my gut reaction, the likelihood of things happening in the future, etc. And it will be a decision that I, in my mind, will be okay with, whatever that decision is. But before we get started with the content of today's episode, thank you to all of you that have subscribed recently. I just got to 2,000 subscribers. So thank you. Remember, this is a heartfelt thank you to all of you that have decided to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you being here. I had like 20 new subscribers from one of my last videos. So to get to 2,000, I think is a really good milestone. I didn't think it would happen until the end of this year, so I'm 2 months early. So that is awesome, and you guys know I'm going to concentrate on this channel next year, 100%. When I yesterday, believe it or not, on Sunday, as part of my plan of trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I went to an open house for a condo 20 miles inland of where I live. You guys know I live on the west coast of Florida. So one of my plans is to move further inland. So I went to this open house, and the realtor, it was really funny. She said to me, "So, are you downsizing?" And I thought to myself, and I kind of chuckled, and I said, well, you know what? I never really, upsized. So, you guys know I'm super frugal. And it's funny, as people get into retirement, they do want to downsize. But if you've been frugal a lot of your lifetime, like I think many of you are, or will be, the concept of downsizing really doesn't mean much unless you're like me, where I am really intrigued by the whole minimalism movement. I've been watching channels on YouTube about minimalism. I've always been a minimalist. That's hard to say. Minimalist. Okay, you get the idea. And I'm intrigued by less is more. And so a lot of times I look around my space and I do want to challenge myself to have less even as I get into retirement. And so when she said that to me, it got me thinking that a lot of people downsize in retirement, but not me. I'm actually going to keep things exactly the way they are. Maybe I'll downsize a little bit, but you can't get much lower than I am, meaning I already live in a 650 square foot condo, right? It's not like I have a 4-bedroom house in the suburbs with 3 cars and a white picket fence, and I want to get a smaller place. That's not what is happening. So I just thought it was really funny, and it got me thinking also, do you remember that movie, the documentary in 2004, Morgan Spurlock? It was called Super Size Me, where he decided to consume McDonald's for 30 days. And it talked about his physical and psychological decline as a result of doing that his biometric health indicators like cholesterol, blood sugar, etc. suffered. And it was, I think, an excellent movie. And I remember I bought this condo in 2003. His movie came out in 2004, and he actually did the experiment from February 1st to March 2nd of 2003. And even prior to that, in the 1980s, everything was about excess, right? I grew up watching Dallas, Dynasty, Falcon Crest, etc., where everybody was buying more. So you have the financial side and you have the nutritional side. Of course, Morgan was talking about the nutrition side, and everybody lives in a fast food society. Unfortunately, he died this year at age 53 of cancer. It was really sad. But when my realtor said, "Are you downsizing?" I started thinking about that movie, the impact that it had on me. It really did help me become more health conscious 21 years ago. And it also helped me just, keep things down and not upsize. You guys may recall from one of my previous videos, I talked about one and done philosophy. I've always lived by that concept of one and done. And by that I mean to say, do something once and be okay with your decision. Don't always think that you have to do something better or different. And when I bought this place, I thought it was going to be my forever place, and it may be. I may keep it. I may rent it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I gave you all of those options. I really don't feel as pressured now because I think I shared with you that I have some time. I don't want to get a loan like I was thinking about before, so I have an appointment today with my financial advisor at Vanguard. So I'm going to talk to him about my ideas. Remember, his name is Chris. I think I shared that with you. And as I move money from my Lincoln account over to Vanguard, remember the tax portion, the Roth portion of my 401k will be distributed into different accounts. I did open up that account, by the way. The IRA, the traditional IRA that's just sitting there with a zero balance, which I'm going to bring my 401k over. I have to time that out. I don't know if it's going to be right now or if I can do it right now because my company is moving us to Fidelity from Lincoln. And it's like, should I move the money there only to bring it over to Vanguard, or do I do that now? Anyway, I'm rambling, but those are things I need to figure out, and I'm going to talk to Chris and say, Chris, is it possible for me to buy another place? And you guys know I've shared with you some options. I don't think I'm going to do the mobile home. I'm not so sure about the tiny house, but I did find, I don't think I shared this with you, a condo in Columbus, Ohio. It's a senior living place. You have to be 55 or older for $95,000. There's another one for $87,000. And yes, it's not like a beautiful, beautiful place, but it's really kind of nice, actually. I could pay cash, and then the ongoing expenses is about $5,000 per year, which I can afford because my expenses are so low. So I'm going to talk to Chris about that, and the reason why I would maybe do that is two reasons. Number one, I could live in both places in retirement. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, whatever, something like that. I would, of course, be gone during hurricane season. Of course, I don't know when I'm going to come back to if the place floods, but if it does flood, I'm building myself the ability to live somewhere else while this gets renovated, hopefully with insurance money. It also puts me closer to family, especially my mother, who is getting older, and I can be there to help. And just a lifestyle change in general. Being close to my brother and his family and other people that I know that live in Ohio as well. So, yeah, a lot of people do like to go into retirement and have, 2 different places. And so, given those numbers, I think I'm really perhaps leaning towards that rather than selling this and moving up to Columbus and being there full time. I don't know if I really want to do that. Did I share with you that I saw a condo there? Forgive me because I forget what I'm sharing in all my videos. But I did get a virtual tour of a place. It's like $225,000. And it was nice, but I'm not so sure I see, again, me living there full time. Anyway, to get back to the content of today's episode, I want to leave you with this as you start or continue on your journey towards financial independence. Whether you're 30 years old right now, you're 40 years old, maybe you're 50, whatever age you are, I would encourage all of you to not upsize your life. Try to keep it the same. We've talked about this before. Keep your expenses down. Get your income up. Because when you get to a point like where I'm at a couple months before retirement, it is giving me so many options. And it's through those options that I'm finding a lot of challenge. But it's good challenge. These are all very good, positive things. And so, if a person gets closer to retirement and they decide they need to downsize, I guess that can be good too. But why upsize if you're only going to downsize later? So anyway, with that, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and close out this episode. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. Again, thank you to all of my subscribers, my 2,000 plus subscribers. I appreciate you. congratulate you for every step of the way. I will see you